What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve. Also, if you're enjoying these types of reviews, please be sure to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button, as it does help out with the YouTube algorithm and it helps support the channel as well. With that being said, let's jump into this all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve and see what it has to offer. Now, when it comes to the trim levels, just like the Grand Cherokee WK, you can still get the Laredo, Limited, Trailhawk, Overland, Summit, and the Summit Reserve now. I also just recently did a review on the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, so I'll link that up above if you do want to check that out as well. When it comes to the standard safety features on the Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit, you're pretty much getting every single safety option that you can think of, because obviously this is the highest trim that you can get. So you'll be getting the active driving assist system, active lane management system, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, blind spot rear cross path detection, drowsy driver detection, full speed forward collision warning, intersection collision assist system, parallel and perpendicular park assist, pedestrian and cyclist emergency braking, side distance warning, and your traffic sign recognition. So it's jam-packed with a ton of safety features, so you and your family will definitely be safe in this. Starting off in the front of this Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve, you'll notice it looks exactly like the Grand Cherokee L version. However, there are some changes that makes this one unique compared to the Grand Cherokee L, because the bottom portion of the bumper, you can see compared to the Grand Cherokee L, that on this it's a little bit more redefined and more cleaner looking, whereas on the Grand Cherokee L it's kind of boxed out in a square shape, but you still get the platinum chrome exterior accent. So along your bumper at the bottom you've got that accent piece, and then right above that you do have your sensor in the middle there for all of your safety features, and also your front sensors built right into the bumper. And then you've got this nice unique looking meshing grille type of a thing going on, which just makes it even better. Even in the area where you have your fog lights, you have that nice meshing, and then you have more of that platinum chrome finish. Then you've got your beautiful LED fog lights. Up on the top portion you still get your iconic 7-slot Jeep grille with your bits and pieces of that platinum chrome accents. Even inside of the grille openings you kind of have this nice design with the bits and pieces of the platinum chrome. Hidden away in the grille area, you'll notice that you do have a forward facing camera as well. You also have hidden away a sensor in the grille, which is for your night vision. This is a part of your advanced ProTech group. And then you can't forget about these beautiful LED headlamps, which just look really nice on the new Grand Cherokees and even the Grand Cherokee Ls. Coming over to the side of the Summit Reserve, right off the bat you can tell it's not as long as the Grand Cherokee L, of course, and that's because this is a 5-passenger. But regardless, you've got a ton of similar stuff that you get on the Grand Cherokee Ls. For example, around your window trim you've got all of that platinum chrome exterior accents. Even on the mirror section you have that nice platinum chrome, and your side mirrors are finished in this beautiful gloss black. Same thing with your door handles, they're finished in the body color / your platinum chrome accents. And just like the Grand Cherokee Ls, even on this you can lock and unlock your vehicle from any of the door handles. As for the roof, standard is the black roof on these. Obviously if you have a different color you'll be able to see it a little bit better, and even your roof rails are in that platinum chrome finish. Near the bottom you've got more of that platinum chrome trim along with your Grand Cherokee badging. As for these beautiful wheels, typically on just a regular Summit you'll get the 20-inch painted silver aluminum wheels. However, because this is a Summit Reserve, those will be upgraded to the 21-inch polished aluminum wheels, which I think look way better. And because this is the highest trim, also standard will be your Quadra-Lift air suspension. And then you do have your Quadra-Track 2 4x4 system along with your Select Terrain system, which I'll show you once we get inside. Now as you make your way to the rear of the Summit Reserve, over at the bottom right off the bat you can see that this does have your dual exhaust system, and the bezeling around it is in that same platinum chrome finish. You've got your hitch covered away in the center, which of course you can remove if you are using it, and you've got more of that platinum chrome finish right above that, along with the sensors for the rear built right into your bumper. On your actual tailgate you've got your 4x4 Jeep and your Summit Reserve badging, all in that nice platinum chrome finish as well. You'll notice on the Jeep Grand Cherokees, where you have your Jeep logo in the center, that whole bar is in kind of a gloss black finish, and it blends right into your beautiful rear LED taillights, which make the Grand Cherokee look even more stunning. Also, you'll notice from the rear window, you've got kind of this nice little rounded edge that blends right into the rear window. It's something small, but it definitely helps with the designing of the vehicle. Opening up the tailgate, and this tailgate is a passive entry, but as you see, the room that you have inside of this, the cargo area, is a ton of room, and that's obviously because you don't have your third row like the Grand Cherokee L's. But if you want even more room than this and you're not using the rear seats, those, just like any vehicle, you can fold forward and you'll have a ton more room. On the inside, you have your button for your tailgate, a 12-volt adapter, some grocery hooks, and then you do have your metal hooks at the bottom as well with some cubby storage. On the other side, you just have your speaker back here. Now, this is the upgraded sound system because of the Summit Reserve. I will touch on that once we go into the front driver's side area. And if you go ahead and lift up the center section here, underneath that will be your spare tire along with your car jack and all of that stuff. Entering into the rear of the Summit Reserve, you can see the craftsmanship that went into this Jeep Grand Cherokee, because you've got a lot of bits and pieces of leather, some wood, and a ton of great material. Over at the bottom, you have some regular storage with a cup holder area. You've got two speakers. Now, this is the Macintosh speaker, but I'll go into detail once we head into the front. You've got your center handrest in leather, and then you have this beautiful diamond stitch type pattern going on with the brown stitching. And because this is the Summit Reserve, this is your Napa Reserve door trim, which is more premium than just the regular Summit. Further up, you have more of that nice platinum chrome trim, and then you have your wood trim as well, which you'll notice throughout the whole interior cabin. You also have your manual window shades on both windows at the back. These rear manual window shades are a part of your luxury tech group. As for your rear seats, this whole interior, because it's a Summit Reserve, is your Palermo leather seats, which just screams luxury. And even on the seats themselves, you have more of that diamond-like stitching. And typically with just the Summits, you'll get your rear heated seats, but because this is the top of the top Summit Reserve, your rear seats are also going to be ventilated. Not only that, but you can also recline these seats back, so if the people in the rear want to have a nap, they can go ahead and do that while they have heated and ventilated seats. Pulling down the center handrest area, this will bring out two cup holders for the rear passengers. As for behind the driver and passenger seats, you've got a mixture of that nice Palermo leather with the hard leather and that nice brown stitching. You also have two map pockets in the back for extra storage. Over on the rear console area, you have your climate control buttons for the rear passengers along with their heated seats and ventilated seat buttons. You've got venting right underneath that, along with a 115-volt plug and USB ports for the rear. Heading into the front of the Summit Reserve, it's exactly like the rear, you just have a little bit more space at the bottom. You've got your speaker right there. Now, like I was mentioning, this is the upgraded one from the regular Summit, whereas this one on the Summit Reserve is the 19-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. But if you end up going with the regular Summit, then you'll only get the 9 Alpine speaker system with the subwoofer. You've got your typical window control, side mirror controls, surrounded with gloss black, and more of that nice Napa Reserve door trim with the diamond stitch, more platinum chrome, and the wood finish. Your driver's seat and your passenger seat are memory seating, and both the front seats are massaging seats. As for your front seats, these are exactly like the rear seats, covered in that beautiful Palermo leather and that diamond-like stitching. Also, like the rear, these are heated and ventilated as well. You actually have two color options for the interior styling in the seats that you can get with the Summit Reserve. You can either get this one, which is the black on black, or you can get the black Topilo with Topilo seats. Also on the front seats, engraved right into them, is your Summit badging, which looks really nice. But if you end up going with just the Summit, then you're only gonna get the regular Napa leather seats. Also, both your front seats are power adjustable. Why wouldn't they be? This is the highest trim and it's very convenient. You've also got your Summit door sill badging, which is illuminated at night. Underneath, nothing too special, just your foot pedals, and then you have your hood latch release on the top left. Moving above that, you have your electronic parking brake, and then further up, you have your lighting controls, fog light controls, and then your dimmers as well. And as for your steering wheel, this is a power adjustable steering wheel. Entering into the Summit Reserve, your dashboard is covered in leather, and then you have this nice design looking plastic piece across the front area. You've got your Macintosh speakers in the front corners, and you've also got your heads-up display, which is amazing to have because you can have a ton of information just on your heads-up display where you don't have to look around anywhere else. Just like the night vision, your heads-up display is also a part of your Advanced Pro Tech group as well. Just like the Grand Cherokee L, browse, your center gauge cluster area is a fully digital gauge cluster, which is amazing. And this is a 10.25-inch cluster. You've also got these nice illuminated lights on both corners, and you can display your speed and RPM like this, or you can have it like actual tach meters where you have each of the individual ones. And then on the screen, you can have a bunch of different things in front of you where you don't even have to look away off of the center gauge cluster. And also with this, with the Summits, you have your map in gauge cluster, so you don't even have to look at your touchscreen. As for your steering wheel, this is a fully leather wrapped steering wheel. You've got gloss black on this, platinum chrome finish, and then your wood trim as well. Plus, it's also heated, along with your brown stitching as well. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your center gauge cluster. You've got your Bluetooth buttons, and then that center button right there is kind of like your favorites, shortcut menus, and all of that. Over on the right side of the steering wheel, you have controls for all of your cruise control settings, adaptive cruise control, and whatnot. If you look really closely, right behind the steering wheel, you do have paddle shifters. And if you look behind that on the left side, you have your typical indicators and high beam controls. While on the right side behind the steering wheel, you have your controls for your front and rear windshield wipers, fluid, and all of that good stuff. Behind your steering wheel, you've got your typical engine start stop button, which is surrounded by the beautiful oak finish. Over on your center handrest, it's fully leather with that nice brown stitching. If you go ahead and open up the first section, you have a decent amount of space, nothing too crazy. But if you go ahead and open up the second section, it's a little bit more deeper storage, so you can make use of that. Over on your center console area, it is covered in gloss black, and yes, this is a dust magnet and a fingerprint magnet, so have a towel or whatever you want handy. But if you open up the first section, this will bring out your front cup holders, and these are illuminated at night. Moving above that, you have a bunch of different things going on. You've got your rotary shifter, you've got your select terrain system, so you can put the vehicle in all sorts of different options according to how you want to use it. You've also got your air suspension, like I was mentioning, that this vehicle has. You've got your brake hold button, your four-wheel drive low, and then your hill descent control on the other side. Opening up the section above that, this will bring out more storage area and a wireless charging pad, which just like the window shades is a part of your luxury tech group. And then you've got your USB ports, aux cable port for the front passengers, along with your HDMI outlet and a 12-volt adapter. Further up, you've got your typical heating and cooling buttons, along with your heated seats, ventilated seats, and your heated steering wheel button. Then you've got your beautiful 10.1-inch touchscreen, which looks amazing in the Grand Cherokee. And now, since there's a new Uconnect 5 system, which this has, it's so much better than the older one because you can do a lot of stuff on this one that you couldn't before. For example, on your home page, you've got your My Pages, so you can add different pages, and then you can even change your layout, so there's a bunch of different options for that. Under your media section, it's your typical AM, FM, Sirius XM, but now with the Uconnect 5 system, you can wirelessly connect your Apple CarPlay or your Google Android devices. Under your comfort section, you've got your typical heating and cooling buttons, or you can use the actual ones right below the screen, and you also have access to your heated seats, vented seats, and the heated steering wheel. You can also control the rear climate control from here as well, and then you've got your massaging seats. You've got a bunch of different options for the type of massage that you want, and then the intensity as well. Under your navigation section, you've got this beautiful full screen navigation, and if you're ever low on fuel, it will let you know of the gas stations around you. Under your phone section, now you can pair up to 2 phones at the same time. Once you go under your vehicle section, here you've got your controls for your mirror dimmer, and with the Summit Reserve, you do have the interactive passenger screen, which right on here you can turn on and off. You can allow certain permissions. You've got your surround view camera system, which you can see a ton of different angles of this vehicle because it comes with your surround view camera system. And like I was mentioning on the exterior, you've also got your forward facing camera, which you can access. Then you've got your rear view camera section as well. You've also got a off-road section, so once you go into that and press the launch off-road pages, here you can see a bunch of different information about your Summit Reserve. You can see the vehicle dynamics, the steering angle, transfer case, and all of that. You've got your accessory gauges, so you can see all sorts of your oil temperature, pressures, and whatnot. You've got your pitch and roll, which is nice to have. You've also got your select terrain system. Like I was mentioning, you can put this in a bunch of different options, and depending on what you put it in, the image on here will change accordingly. And you can also go into your suspension section. This will let you know what ride height you're on and whatnot. And then you can also access your forward facing camera from here. Under your applications, you've got a bunch of different applications which are similar to what I just spoke about, and you've also got Alexa built in now. And also with the Summit, you do have LED interior ambient lighting, which you can change on this to a bunch of different colors. And the little section you see at the top of the screen, it is a touch bar, so whatever you press will bring out out a shortcut menu. Above your screen, you have a bunch more buttons. From the right side, you do have your on and off button for your passenger screen. You've got your perpendicular and parallel park assist button, your parking sensor button, traction control, and your lane departure button. Above that, you've got your typical dimmable rear view mirror, but because this vehicle has the Advanced Protect group, this can also be turned into a digital rear view mirror. Up top, you've got this beautiful gloss black area with a bunch of different controls. You've got your typical interior dome lighting, you've got your tailgate button for opening and closing, assist and SOS, you've got your sunroof controls, and then your sunshade controls as well, because this vehicle does have your dual panoramic sunroof, which is a beautiful thing to have. Also, because this is the Summit Reserve, you also get black deluxe headliner, which just complements the interior. Now, if we go on to the passenger side, you will notice, like I mentioned, the interactive passenger screen. On here, you have a bunch of different things that you can do and see. For example, on your homepage, you have access to your audio, video, HDMI, your navigation, devices, and the vehicle cameras. You've also got a notification tab, and then you've got a controls tab as well, which you can turn the screen on and off, change the brightness, and then you have your wireless headphones, which you can actually connect any kind of wireless headphones to this vehicle. And on top of that, this is a privacy screen, so the driver cannot see what you're doing on your screen. And if you go ahead and open up the glove department, you do have a decent amount of room, nothing too crazy. As for the key fob, it's exactly like the Grand Cherokee L's. You've got your unlock button, lock button, remote start, your tailgate open and close, your panic button, and then on the back, you do have just the Jeep lettering. When it comes to what powers your Summit Reserve, you've got two options. You can either get the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 engine, or you can get the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi engine with fuel saver and MDS. This particular one has the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi, so the specs on this, you're gonna get 357 horsepower with 390 foot-pound of torque, and when you're equipped properly, this thing can tow up to 7,200 pounds. Here's the window sticker for the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve. You've got your typical information up above, and then your standard equipment right below that. As you can see, this comes with a ton of standard equipment, followed by your optional equipment. This does have some extra options which are on top of everything, but you can see this is a heavily loaded vehicle. You've got your price at the bottom. This is in Canadian dollars and minus any dealer discounts or manufacturing discounts if they are being offered. Well, that does it for this all new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve. Let me know in the comments down below, do you love this or do you hate it?